4 high-profile killings of unarmed African Americans have ignited a smoldering fire.
This is not new. What is new is these incidents and lynchings are now being captured on video, starting with Rodney King, and now they're moving to cell phone cameras. So we're really now, the public is starting to document what the community has been experiencing for 100 years.
Dr. Wilmer Leon is a political scientist specializing in Black politics, American government, and public policy. He says we shouldn't be surprised by police brutality and systemic racism in America.
I think this has to be analyzed in the context of those enslaved Africans that arrived on the shores of North America in 1619, Port Comfort, Virginia. I believe that our humanity is what we have been struggling for since 1619. Not civil rights, not even human rights. We have been struggling since 1619 to be recognized as human beings.
Dr. Leon believes not being seen as a human being gives corrupt police license to brutalize the citizens they are tasked to protect and serve. He calls it the latest form of lynching.
Derek Chauvin, the former police officer who lynched George Floyd, he was able to rationalize his behavior in that moment because he did not see Mr. Floyd as human.
Many police departments, particularly in the South, started as slave patrols. The colony of Carolina developed the nation's first slave patrol in 1704.
These were groups of armed whites who rode at night primarily along the plantations, their assigned areas, and they were looking for runaway enslaved individuals. They were looking for unsanctioned gatherings and weapons. They were looking for anything that would be an indication that there might be a revolt on the horizon.
Dr. Leon says the North won the war, but the South won the argument.
And what I mean by that is the Civil War was a battle over the institution of slavery. It was not a fight for the equality of Africans in America. People have the misnomer that abolitionists were also fighting for equality. Many of them were not. They did not believe in the institution of slavery, but they didn't believe in the equality of the African.
For example, in Central Park in New York City, where Amy Cooper called the police when Christian Cooper, no relation, asked her to leash her dog, which is the law.
And she, in her whiteness, says in her mind, I can't have this black man tell me what to do. I'm going to call the defense forces that I have at my disposal, the police. Christian Cooper was 3 steps away from an Emmett Till moment. She weaponized his blackness to what she thought was going to be to her benefit because she's a white woman in America and she believed that she could do that.
Black bystanders are often criticized for not stepping in to stop police from brutalizing unarmed African Americans. But Leon says they understand they can quickly go from a bystander to the target of brutality.
Look at him. Get off of him now. What is wrong with y'all?
That was not a street fight. That was not 2 dudes squaring off in a bar. Derek Chauvin was a Minneapolis police officer. He is saying that was not Derek Chauvin. That was the authority of the state lynching George Floyd. Lynching is an act of domestic terrorism that was designed to send a message to the Black community to stay in their place.
I asked Dr. Leon if America is poised for structural change. He's hopeful and cautiously optimistic, quoting Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
Tamara Banks, BNC, Atlanta.